Welcome back, 8:46 now. Not everyone is heading to the beach when school lets out this spring. The spring break could offer students the perfect chance to find the right internship opportunity. So, how do you set yourself and your resume apart from the others? Laura Labovich, founder of DC area-based The Career Strategy Group, is here to offer some important tips to landing the right internship. Laura is also the co-author of the book 100 Conversations for Career Success. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is a big topic. We have interns here, so I get the chance to talk to interns, and people write in and ask about internships. Internships are extremely important and can be very advantageous to the student and the company that they intern for.
Absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned both. There was recently a study conducted by the National Association of Colleges and Employers. It was really telling because 60% of 2012 college graduates that took part in an internship landed a job offer, which compared to 37% of students who took part in an unpaid internship, and 36% of students who took part in no internship at all received a job offer. So almost double if you do a paid internship. So really the key here, Tony, is paid internship is really the golden ticket. Really
the golden ticket, and it's really an opportunity to, it provides a lot of things. You get to learn about the business, but you also get to show yourself off.
Absolutely. There are several benefits for doing an internship. One, there are just things that you can learn in the office or the shop that you simply cannot learn in the classroom. A couple other things, I mean, it allows you an opportunity to explore a potential career field. Obviously, considering that 60% of college grads get jobs after they have an internship, employers are looking for internships on your resume. And then probably the most important benefit of an internship is that it puts you in the front seat when they're looking for a full-time hire.
If you've been a good and effective intern.
That's right.
So let's talk a little bit about that, setting yourself apart from the others.
Right. Well, in the interview or on the actual internship?
Let's start with on the interview.
Okay, great. So in the interview, sort of the best thing you can do is be passionate, right? I mean, this is the most important thing. And we were talking about GPA before. GPA is not as important in the interview as passion. Passion trumps GPA 9.5 times out of 10. And just a little side note, when I used to recruit for Walt Disney World, recruited college students all over the country, I cannot remember a single person who had a 4.0. But I can remember people who sat in front of me and moved me with their stories about why they want to work for the company. And obviously, it's easy to be excited about Disney, but every employer wants you to feel that excitement about working for them, wants you to feel that excitement about the opportunities that they're presenting. And so I know that students are very stressed and petrified about, oh, they're going to see my GPA, but really the most important thing is that you exude that passion and that you show that you're really, really interested in the opportunity at hand and also the employer.
You know a little bit about the employer, about the field that you're looking into and all of that kind of thing. All right, so once you're in the door.
Once you're in the door, I mean, it's really important to remember a couple things. It's really important to remember what you can bring to the table, because every student has experiences, right? And so if you can infuse your knowledge and your expertise into the environment at all in terms of best practices, let's say you've done an internship in the past, it's also a good idea to bring some of those best practices into your internship. The other thing is you want to make sure you listen to the cues of the culture and that you contribute accordingly. So one great piece of advice that I often offer is make sure you do meetups with people that you're working with at least once a week. Try to meet someone different in the organization and try to do that for your whole internship. If you met a new person in the organization every week for the entire 12-week internship, that's 12 new people in the organization that you now can follow up with once the internship is over.
Paid internships, are they harder to get? I would imagine they're harder to get than unpaid.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Paid internships are certainly harder to secure, but one piece of advice that I often give is, you know, first of all, almost 100% of the Fortune 500 companies offer internships. But the smaller companies and the medium-sized companies, they're not always offering internships, but they're not advertising them as much. So what I recommend is to have your resume look polished and to look for companies that are in your neighborhood or in your community and go after them. You know, so go after the companies instead of the jobs, because you could pitch yourself as a great intern for a company that wasn't thinking of doing an internship, but now all of a sudden they're thinking, well, hey, it's kind of a minimal investment. It's sort of a no-brainer. That's because it really is. I mean, it's a very small cost for a very, very big reward. So I tell students, go pitch yourself for those opportunities that you want to get.
A student looking for an internship would do wise to present themselves as you present yourself. You're very enthusiastic, lively, and great information.
Thank you, Tony.
The book is 100 Conversations for Career Success, and it's available now. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Very helpful.
Pleasure to be here.
All right, let's go over to Allison now.
Thanks, Tony. She is infectious, her personality. Thank you so much. Well, each year, high school music